When a millionaire nearly runs out of money, he doesn't give up. He doesn't just sit back and watch his empire crumble. For me, that means picking up the tools again. You can take away the wealth, but you can never take away the drive to revive. Hello everybody and welcome back to My Garage Revivals. Alright, so today is a brand new week. And yeah, I actually forgot to show you guys in the last episode, they actually finished up all of the work on our driveway. And also the old one has been completely demolished, so that is at least sorted out. And yeah, I must say it's a little bit better for us now driving our BMW E30 on our driveway over there. So yeah, I was actually thinking now, since we've got this car and it's mostly just sitting here, I'm going to be putting this car up on auction. So if you are in the Gamers or the Gamers Edge Discord, you can absolutely go and place your bids on this vehicle. It is also available to public, so there will be a link to this mod in the description of this video. So go and grab it, and you can also get yourself a BMW E30 if you want to build your own, or if you are interested in buying mine. So yeah, there we go. So also a couple of things happened over the weekend. As you can see, I've been a little bit busy getting parts for Seth's 1971 Satellite. So this car is actually just a bare shell. There's absolutely no chassis, no suspension. Well, there's a chassis obviously, but there's no internal parts on this vehicle. There's a couple of panels still, like the trunk, that we are required to replace on the car. And let's see if we can just hop over to this side. We do have got the passenger side door, and most importantly, this quarter panel over here seems to be quite intact, so that is actually what we need. So we're gonna fire up the old pickup truck here. We're gonna head back to the shop and see if we can get this thing offloaded again. And yeah, we've got a couple of other things still going on at the shop as well, which we need to sort out today. So I'm hopeful we're going to be able to get Cyclone's truck put back together all the way and hopefully deliver it to him. Alright, so yeah, this is quite a heavy little car back there. So we're just going to take it nice and easy back to the shop, and then I'll catch up to you guys once we get there. Alright, so we are back at the shop once again. And yeah, I must say it was quite a bit of a slow drive for us back to the shop this morning. This car on the back of the trailer is absolutely heavy. So we're just going to see if we can get this thing unhooked here. And then we will just go around this side. I'm not sure if I should actually put this thing up on some jack stands. Maybe it's going to be easier for us to work on it. But yeah, first things first, let's see if we can actually get it off the trailer somehow. This might require a little bit of creativity. So yeah, let me try and sort this out, and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once I've got it off the trailer. It looks like it almost wants to start sliding off on its own, so let's just give it a bit of a shunt here. Alright, so we've got the car off the trailer. It was definitely a little bit of a mission, but I think we got it in the end. Alright, let's just put the trailer out of the way a little bit here. I'm just going to go ahead and push it into this spot where it usually stands. Alright, and I think that should do the trick for us over there. Alright, so yeah, now that we've got the car off, it's actually very hard to move this thing because it's got no wheels or anything like that. So I think we're just probably going to have to try and see if we can maybe move it sort of where we can start stripping this thing, because I don't think we need to take it all the way into the suspension shop to cut it apart. So we'll probably just strip it there where it's standing now, and then I'll probably get rid of the rest of the wreck. So I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll throw this in as some parts in the auction if somebody is interested. So we'll see where this thing ends up. But obviously I'm going to be stripping the couple of parts off this thing. So yeah, let's get our truck over here also parked up. So the first thing I want to do this morning is just get Cyclone's truck put back together. You'll also notice we've got our interior installed in the truck over here, so that is also nicely sorted out now. Alright, we're just gonna put it in our regular parking spot here under the carport. Alright, so let's get the shop opened up here. So there's been a couple of parts that arrived for this thing. I actually yeah, didn't think it was going to be as much, but I think we've got everything we need to put this thing back together today. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the wheels and tires, because that is obviously the first thing that I wanted to change on this truck. And then we are going to just pull it a little bit closer to where we can actually mount all of its parts. We also still need to try and put the ramp truck back together today. So we did get the cab painted in the last episode, so it's actually looking very good. So yeah, I was thinking about putting the stickers on as well over the weekend, but I think we'll get to that maybe later this week sometime. So yeah, we've got all of the interior parts for the El Camino here as well. So let's go and grab ourselves a wrench over here. We're going to start by just taking the old wheels off and putting the, well, not really the new ones, but the new to this truck wheels. Alright, let's get this one removed and just pop this one on. Let's just make sure we bolt it down properly. Alright, and we'll just do the same actually for all four corners. Alright, so I still wanted to see if I can find some better tires for these. I'm just going to call them the paint booth wheels, so that we can actually not have the problem of the tires losing pressure, because these ones are obviously flat again. Alright, let's just pop these wheels all on here. Alright, and the last one, let's just get this one removed. Right, so the two rear tires on these rims actually do seem to hold their air quite well. Right, and there we go. That is the wheels and tires sorted. So we can probably lower it back down all the way. Okay, perfect. We're just going to drop the wrench in the bed over there for now. Right, let's get this thing fired up and pulled a little bit closer so that we can get the parts mounted a little bit easier. Alright, just listen to that 7.2 liter V8 purring along. Right, so we'll just put it over here and let's get started. So first things first, I want to just do the fuel door because it's still laying in the back of the truck. So we're going to grab the screwdriver. I want to see if we can get this old fuel door removed because it's quite badly mangled. Let's get the screws out from here. Right, so there we go. That has been painted as well, but it was kind of not necessary because it needs to be replaced. So there we've got a brand new one. And we're just going to zip it down like that. And that is sorted. So that is the first step towards getting this truck put back together. So I think now that we've got the screwdriver in hand, let's also do the headliner. We'll do a dashboard. And then we'll get the interior sort of sorted first on this thing. So I didn't spare any, money with regards to interior. So we're going to just slap in a brand new interior as far as the black interior is concerned. Because we did have the door panel that was still brand new and the front driver's seat was still brand new. So we're just going to reuse those two parts. But yeah, everything else is brand new, like the pedals. We've got a new gear shifter, steering column. So let's just bring this a bit closer. Right, so yeah, let's just grab the dashboard because the dashboard is also ready. So I did put this together already. We've got our cluster installed and we've got the stereo in as well as the glove box. Alright, so there we go. Let's just zip this down properly. Let's go around this side. Alright, that is looking very fresh. Alright, so now we can start doing the glass. I think, yeah, the glass should be able to go in next. So we can get those door panels on and everything. So let's just pop in the windscreen and the rear glass. Alright, so I did put the small windows over there. So luckily we are able to see them. Because these things are sometimes a bit hard to see when you put them somewhere. Alright, I think this is probably for the driver's side. Let's just see. There it is. Okay. And just zip it down. So we are going to be tinting these windows because I think it's just going to suit the truck a little bit better, seeing as we're going with this black on black look. Right, so this is the driver's side window lifter. Right, brand new window lifters obviously as well. The old ones were in a terrible state. Right, so this is the driver's side window. Let's just get this one on there. And zip it down. Perfect. And let's mount the next one. Right, zip that down. Okay, and let's grab the last glass over here. Alright, so just gotta get a little bit creative getting to these bolts over there. Alright, so there we go. That is all of the glass installed. Alright, let's quickly grab the tint while we are at it. I mean, just sort it out. So this is a full roll, so we should be able to do all 5 of the windows that I want to tint on this truck. Alright, let's go this side. Just gonna do these 2 as well. And that is sorted. So, pretty good. That worked out well. Alright, so now let's continue with this interior and get this interior sorted. Alright, so we've got the passenger seat over here. Just gonna bolt this down properly. So this is a brand new seat, because the old one was sort of starting to show a bit of wear. Alright, let's grab this gear stick from here, because I'm gonna replace it anyway. We can probably just shove this on the table there. Alright, let's get this new pistol grip shifter installed. So I decided to go with the dark wood shifter. It's just gonna work out a little bit better on the interior. Right, so let's get those pedals and steering column removed as well. Alright, hunker down in here. Right, so there's the old steering column. Let's grab the pedals, because we definitely need to replace these pedals, because the pedals are sometimes getting stuck and this thing just wants to rev on its own. Right, new pedals. Let's just get these in here as well. Alright, and we're just going to bolt it down properly. And the steering column next. So we're going to get rid of the old one here. Alright, let's put in the brand new one. Alright, so perfect. And we've got 3 bolts on this. Great stuff. So we've got that sorted. Alright, so let's get our driver's seat a bit closer. We need to take off the old one, or the temporary one that I've got in there. Or actually, we should call this the paint booth seat. I think I just tightened 2 bolts on this. Alright, so there we go. That's our old seat, or the temporary seat removed. We'll just put it down over there for now. Alright, let's get this installed. Alright, let's just bolt it down. Perfect. Just like that. So, interior is definitely coming together very nicely. Right, the door panels. And let's just bolt that up there. Let's grab the last one. Then I think the interior on this truck is basically sorted out. Alright, let's just make sure we bolt that down. Alright, so that is one part of the job done. So yeah, we've got a lot of accessories that needs to go onto this truck, as you can see by the stuff on the table here. We've got bumpers, we've got the grille assembly still to do. We've got taillights, mirrors. So we're going to do just basically everything as it comes. I'm going to start with all of the mirrors first of all. Going to screw them down. Let's grab the next one. Alright. Just like that. Okay, I think before we mount the headlights and taillights, let's get some bulbs installed. Alright, so we're going to need 4 bulbs, 1 for each headlight. Alright, and pop that in there. Last one over there. Okay, let's do these. We'll get them installed. Yeah, it's just easier to mount this before we put on the actual grille and everything. And the headlight trim. Right, so that's the one side done. Let's grab the other 2 for this side. Looking very good. And the last one. Okay, so that is another part of the job sort of done. Now we'll just pop in these chrome trims. Alright, man, yeah, we are definitely going to turn this thing into a black beauty, as I said in the last episode. And I just hope Cyclone is going to be happy with this truck, and I also hope that the truck is going to be happy with Cyclone driving it again. We'll just have to see how that's going to work out. Hopefully Cyclone is going to take care of this truck. Alright, let's get these taillight bulbs in. And screwdriver. So this is the passenger side. Alright, just get that into position. Screw that down. And the last one. Just like that. So that is already starting to come together. Alright, so I think next up we're going to just grab all of the trim and pop these on. This is for the passenger rear side. Pop that onto there. We also have got some new bed trim as well, because the truck was missing it actually completely. I don't think it's really necessary to put it on, but I think since it is available, we are going to install it anyway. Right, so this is the rear right one on this side. Just like that. And this one is for this side. And we've got our panel that actually goes, or the trim that goes at the back here, and then obviously the panel for the tailgate. As I mentioned, this says 454 cubic inch, but yeah, we've got a 7.2 liter, which equivalates to a 390 or what, a 439 cubic inch. Alright, so let's get this front bumper on. Alright, we'll have to hunker down a little bit over there. Hunker down this side. Alright, rear bumper. So there that is. I actually forgot those two little lights for the rear of the bumper. Okay, let's go over there. Alright, so the rear bumper is on. We are missing the two little lights that go in the back of it, so we'll just get that sorted before we drop it off over at Cyclone's. We need the screwdriver next. Alright, so let's grab the grill. Alright, let's just pop this hood so we can get to these screws over here. Alright, man, that is looking pretty decent. And now we've got some badges. Let's just get the badges on there. Alright, and this one. There we go. And then I also got some hood lock pins, which I think is going to add a nice little touch to this truck. So just like that. And this one. And I think it's safe to say we are done with this Chevy El Camino. And this thing actually turned out quite well. It was quite a little bit of a wreck when it got here. So I just hope Cyclone is going to take care of this truck and not end up in any more situations where he's going to be damaging it. Alright, so before I spoke too soon, we actually still needed to mount the wipers. So let's quickly go ahead and do that first before we actually pull this thing outside. Alright, so this is in fact his wiper linkage assembly. Alright, so that goes onto the firewall over here, and it's a bit easier getting to the bolts before mounting the dashboard, but yeah, sometimes we just gotta make our life a little bit difficult for ourselves, so we're just gonna do it like this. Alright, and obviously the wiper motor. And now I think we can safely say this truck is basically complete. So everything should work on this truck. We've got new bulbs in all the headlights, so I think we did quite well. Alright, so now I think what we're going to do is we're going to fire this thing up and just pull it outside, because we're going to do a little bit of work to our Ram truck quickly. Although I think we might actually have to use the trailer to deliver this truck because it's sitting a little bit low. Right, we'll just park it up next to our pickup truck over here. I think this is going to probably be the truck that's going on the thumbnail for this video. Alright, let's just park it over there. Perfect. Alright guys, so that is another job done over here at Funkle's Customs. It's definitely, yeah, parked a little bit askew, but it's okay. We'll just take a nice picture of it like that. Alright, so we're going to continue with work on our Ram truck first. I actually do want to get into this car as well, but I guess we will get to it when we get to it. So the Ram truck is going to be fairly easy. It's just a couple of things we need to slap on and bolt on. So let's maybe just sort this out quickly. Alright, we'll obviously clean up the shop a little bit later off camera. We've got to still pack the tires back on the tire rack as well. Right, so there's our hood. And let's get the fender for the left. Okay, and we'll grab the last fender. Alright, let's just zip that down as well. And the last bolt, that is sorted. Alright, let's just close the door up again. Alright, and now I think we can start with the interior parts. So we did go ahead and order a brand new headliner. So we are going to need our screwdriver to secure this. So let me quickly just grab it again. Alright, so where's our rear view mirror? I think the rear view mirror was still fine. It's actually not, but it's okay. It'll definitely still hold the headliner down. Alright, so yeah, this is a work truck. I don't think everything needs to be absolutely perfect. Oh, come on, let me just hop in here. Alright, so there we go. That is the headliner sorted out. We've got a dashboard that we can put back in. It's still got our little phone holder on there as well. Right, which I actually need to get another one for the pickup truck now. This is actually going to be hard to open that door on that side. Let's just get the bench mounted first so we can actually move the truck out of the way or away from the wall. Because I sort of made some space for Cyclone's truck to move it around. So I'm just going to get the bench tied down on one side. We'll move it around a little bit. Okay, let's just bolt that down on this side. Might put the wrench here for now. Alright, let's just get that tire out of the way. Obviously, I'm not driving this thing anywhere. We need to get the steering column in. And did I also remove... I don't think I removed the pedals, so that's good. And we also don't have the brake master cylinder in yet. Let's just get the steering column bolted down over here. Alright, pedals are still in. Let's get our brake master cylinder in, so we can actually drive this thing. Alright, come on, there we go. Alright, let's get to those bolts. It's a little bit easier from under the dashboard here. We just gotta get the right angle. Alright, so there it is. Okay, brake master cylinder is back in. Alright, let's move this truck away from the wall a bit, because then we can actually get to the other side where we need to work on it. Alright, so I missed another very important piece of the puzzle in order to get this thing to move. So we're going to have to get our shifter back in. I forgot I actually put it on that little trolley back there. Alright, so let's see if this is going to go in right over there. And we'll just bolt it down. Alright, now we should be able to move this thing, finally. Alright. Just give ourselves a bit of space on that side. Okay, and that should do. Alright, let's go over to the other side now, because we still need to get the bench tied down as well. Alright. Just like that, and I'm gonna need the screwdriver, because I wanted to tighten up the dashboard as well on this side. Although it's just one little screw. Right over there in the corner, so that is sorted. And now I think we are just going to grab the rest of the panels over here. Well, all of the glass first of all. Let's get the glass installed. Alright, so there's the first one. I'll get the windshield back in. Alright, we need to pop the hood for the wiper linkage and all that to go back in. So we did have to replace the windshield wipers. Let's just see what we've got over here. I don't think we have the actual wipers just yet. So let's take this one off. This wiper blade can go on this brand new arm we've got over here. Right, we'll pop this onto there. Alright, I should have actually prepared this beforehand, but it's okay. And the other wiper blade is sitting over here. Yeah, that's still good. So we can just get this mounted to that new arm as well, which is, I think it's this one. Okay, so that is the one. Let's pop that onto there. Alright, so now this can go back on the truck. Alright, let's once again see if we can do it from under here. Where's this bolt? Alright, so that is sorted out. We've got our wiper linkage back in with the wiper blades. Alright, so yeah, we've got a bunch of trim. So let's just see. Here's our wiper motor. This is it's quite a high truck, so it's hard to work on it now that it's actually the final stages of putting this thing back together. There we go. Wiper motor is back in. Let's get our window lifters in. I don't recall if this is actually the right one. We had some extra ones laying around. Front left, front right. Yeah, this is the one that needs to go in our truck. Alright, let's put this one in. Alright, perfect. And where's the little piece of glass? I think this is the one. Okay, and we're just going to bolt it down as well. Alright, let's grab the other window lifter for the left hand side, or the driver's side over here. It's this one. Alright, let's just bolt that back down. Perfect. Let's grab the small little window. And luckily I'm not calling this a mirror again. We'll get to the mirrors in just a sec. Alright, and now we can get those big truck mirrors mounted again. Right, so these have got 6 bolts in total. Alright, so that one is done. Let's grab the other one over here. Alright, zip that down. Right, that is looking fairly decent. And now we can actually get our door panels in as well. Alright, zip it down. Good. Where's the other one? Alright. Driver's side. Just bolt it down. Perfect. So interior is getting there. We're almost done with everything on this truck. We are going to mount the side steps and then just a couple of pieces of trim. This is actually for the hood. We need to get the hood closed in order to get this installed. Okay, let's just pop that back onto there. And our cab trims, which I actually wanted to replace, but it's okay. We'll just reuse these. I mean, they still look good enough for a work truck. Alright, and this one goes over there. Pretty good. So let's get our side steps or the side pipes mounted again. I think they are interchangeable. It doesn't matter which one goes which side. Alright, so just bolt everything down under here. And we'll grab the last one. And then our ram truck is actually at least mobile once again. Alright, and the side pipe goes onto there. And there we go. So that is sorted out. Our ram truck is at least complete again. I still need to get some stickers applied to this thing. So I'll see if I get to that sometime this week. Try and sort that out as well. So we are going to be putting a red sticker at the bottom half of the truck. And then we're going to be putting our Funcle Customs logo on the doors of both our trucks. We'll also try and do the same paint job on the shop truck over there. But yes, that's the logo that we're going to be putting on the doors. But I think we are actually done for now. We're just going to probably pull the ramp truck back out. Just got to remember the screwdriver is still in the back of the bed over here. No, I actually took it off already. Alright, so let's get this thing fired up. I'm just going to put it in its regular parking spot. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so my plans for this truck eventually is to do a diesel swap on it. Because diesel engines have got a little bit better torque than this little inline 6 we've got in here. So it's going to be maybe a little bit further down the line we'll do that. Alright, now I forgot about the satellite being left there in the middle of the road, so we'll see if we can still get in our parking spot. And we just gotta bear in mind this thing is extremely long. Alright, that looks like we got it. Alright, and the wind is blowing the trailer around a bit, but that's okay. Alright, so she's all parked up again. And yeah, I think now we're going to continue work on Seth's Plymouth Satellite over here in the suspension shop. So I did have Hugo over here. He had a look at all of the damaged and mangled parts. So obviously we still need to replace the quarter panel on that side. So this one is still got the door panel on the inside, which is intact, and the glass. So we'll see how far we can get with putting this thing back together today. We've got the welding machine here. I think the plasma cutter is over there. So I remember we had a bit of a panel issue on the floor at the back of this car. So now that we've got our donor vehicle, we can actually use this as reference as well. So you can clearly see there's no gaps and anything like that. So this thing is actually nice and straight. It's just been neglected and been standing for quite some time. So we're going to probably have to, you know what, I think I'm going to try and make a plan to get this thing a bit closer to there. Alright, so we've got the car pushed a little bit closer. So now we can actually work a little bit easier without walking up and down too much. Alright, so we're going to start and just unbolt a couple of things. So we're going to do the trunk first. Alright, so there's our replacement trunk, which will probably only go on once we got the whole thing sort of put back together again. Alright, so let's see. We're going to have to cut off a couple of parts here. We're going to see if we can just cut them off and mount them directly onto the car here. Where did I go with the plasma cutter now? It's over here. Okay. Alright, so let's just see how far we can get by cutting everything off this thing. Alright, so this panel we actually don't need. Although it's also rust free, we'll just put it here because I did manage to get the old one fixed up a bit. Alright, but this was the part that we really needed to replace on this car. So that'll go on once the other quarter panel is probably back into place. And the trunk floor, obviously. This does have a gas tank installed as well. Alright, let's chop this off. Alright, so there's our trunk floor, which I actually don't think we're going to need, because this one doesn't look too great. Because we've got a trunk floor that we managed to get fixed up a bit. It is somewhere over here. I think this is it. Okay, so we'll reuse that one. It all depends if that is going to be nice and intact. Alright, so this is the floor that I'm hoping is going to be in good condition. Alright, I might have to go around to the inside of the car. Alright, let's chop this off. Alright, so let's quickly inspect this trunk floor, or this middle floor. Yeah, that is actually not too bad. We can reuse this. So let's come and put this to that. Alright, I actually forgot about the battery on this car. We need to just take it out so that we don't end up frying the electronics. Alright, I'll just put this on the table over there. Yeah, it's still quite a new battery actually. Alright, let's grab the welding handle over here. Let's just get this panel welded back into place first of all. Alright, so obviously we don't have the frame rails in yet. So there's still going to be more things to weld to this, but I think that should at least stay there for now. Let's get that back onto the welding machine. Alright, so I'm going to grab our trunk floor, which I hope is going to do... obviously we need the quarter panel first, so let's just put this over there for now. Alright, let's get that quarter panel removed from our donor vehicle. Alright, so where do we still need to cut this thing? Probably over here. And I think this one. I can probably also just cut this off. Alright, so this quarter panel can actually go directly onto the car. Alright, so there we go. That is starting to look a little bit better already. Okay, so let's weld this back. Okay, I think that's as far as we can go with that for now. Alright, let's see if the trunk floor actually can be mounted now. Probably not yet. I think we are a little bit in a hurry to get this thing mounted, so let's just wait with that some more. Alright, so this is our rear bumper panel. That has to go on, but I think we might have to do this part first. The little valance. Is that it? No, that's not it. I think everything sort of goes to the frame rails, so let's get the frame rails back in first. Yeah, I think this is going to solve our situation here by things not wanting to go back onto place. Alright, handle for the welding. Alright, and let's hunker down. We're going to weld back over here. Alright, that is looking fairly decent again. Okay. Now what are we going to be able to do? I think the trunk floor should go on next. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that is the right sequence for putting these things in. Alright, so that is all welded. We're just going to put the handle here. I seem to put it back onto the machine every time and I struggle to get it back into my hands. Alright, let's weld this rear panel back into place. And now I think this will go on as well. There we go. Just weld it there nicely. Alright, so we're definitely making good progress here now. Let's get our middle frame brace back in. Let's weld this up again. Okay, just like that. That is looking very good. So let's get our wheel houses back in. Right, so a couple of welds to do on this. And yeah, we don't have that gap issue anymore, but it looks of it. There's a little bit of a gap issue on that wheelhouse. Let's just see if the opposite side one looks good. Because if this one is better, we might actually have to replace the passenger side one. Alright, and there we go. That is welded up. Yeah, I think we need to try and see if the other one is a little bit better. Yeah, I think this might actually do the trick. Sorting that out for us. Where's the plasma cutter again? Now it's out here. Right, let's grab this. Right, bring this a bit closer. So let's just replace this wheelhouse. Right, so it's one over there, there, and there. And there it goes. It popped off. Okay, so we can just chuck this outside. Right, let's grab this one. Yes, I think that is going to look better. Alright, so let's get this thing welded into place. Yeah, I forgot I actually put the welding handle inside the trunk. Okay, so there's that. That is looking very good now. So I think now it's going to be a couple of parts we need to bolt back onto this thing. And I actually kept the old fenders here because I wanted to show you guys what I actually figured out on these. So I didn't think these had a lot of damage, but we are going to do a little bit of a comparison to the one coming off the car here. Off the donor vehicle, obviously. So let's unbolt this quickly. So there are 5 bolts on these fenders. Alright, you can clearly see there's a little bit of a difference on this fender. If we are going to be able to get it off like this. We get all of these bolts. Yeah, it sort of seems to be a bit stuck on the donor vehicle here. We'll see if we can get it off maybe. But yeah, there's quite a remarkable difference compared to the fenders that we took off of Seth's car. Yeah, there might be another bolt somewhere that we need to do or undo first. So let's just take off everything we need to do here. Right, we'll figure this out in a second. Alright, this front valance needs to be cut off. So yeah, I think let's come and cut these parts off as well. But I think we are just going to finish up this rear end first of all. So I tried to get those fenders off to show you guys what the difference was, but it's okay. We'll get to that. All right, and let's just bolt down the gas tank first. All right, so that's the gas tank sorted, and now we can get our leaf springs. I think they are the same. It doesn't matter which side goes which side. All right, zip that into place, and right over there. Alright, and this one we can bolt down over there. Right, and where's this bolt? Right over there. Okay, so that is looking better. And let's grab the trunk. Let's just get this bolted down over there. And right over there. So that is kind of sorted. So I think this rear end is starting to come together. We can at least get the axle almost fitted again. Let's just get our shock absorbers in first. They go all the way over there. Right, over there. We're just going to bolt them down at the top for now, because the axle is still got to be in position for those to bolt down at the bottom. Okay, let's grab the axle next. Still completely assembled. We didn't really take this apart. Right, and now we can just do these U-bolts. And we'll do that. And these U-bolts. And we'll do that one. And then zip that back down. And that handbrake over there, or this brake hose, we'll just bolt it down as well. Perfect. So I think we are getting there. So we still need to cut off the parts for the front end now from the donor vehicle. We're just going to need our plasma cutter. Right, so let's bring this over here. Alright, so hopefully now we're going to be able to figure out what's going on with this donor vehicle. Why those fenders don't want to come off. Oh, look at that. There they go, actually. Right, so looks like you need to cut the front part of the car first, and then the fenders actually come off. Right, so we need basically all these parts. But let's quickly do our comparison here with the two fenders. Yeah, you can clearly see there's quite a little bit of a difference here. I think this is going to be a better angle to look at it. So you can see that one is bent inwards quite badly here. It's all creased up and everything. And yeah, I didn't notice that at first, but it's actually quite a remarkable difference now that we've got a good part to compare it with. Right, so this is going to require a little bit of de-rusting, obviously. So we'll just bring all of these parts closer first, and then we'll try and put it back together. Right, so let's get this one over to the passenger side. It's going to go over there. Okay, and we're going to need this front filler panel. It's also just a bit dusty. It doesn't seem to be damaged. Okay, and let's grab the grill and the obviously this front valance part. The grill and the bumper is actually one part on this vehicle. Alright, so we'll just get that into position for the meantime. Okay, let's grab the grill slash front bumper. We are going to need to replace at least one headlight in this, but I'll definitely check everything and make sure that everything is still in decent condition. Alright, so I'm going to grab the welder over here. Let's just put it down over there. We're going to hunker it down and see if we can weld this thing back in. I don't think that actually welds to anything. Let's get the front filler panel on. Let's see if that can be welded. Okay, we'll weld over there and there. And I could have sworn there were some welds on this, but that's probably only after the fenders are on. Okay, so let's get our fenders on and see how this works out. Alright, so the wrench is outside probably. Ah, there we go. The wrench was on the table. Okay, so there's the two fenders back onto position. So let's bolt it down. Alright, 5 bolts. Okay, we'll go to this side. Just bolt it down over here as well. And there it is. Okay, so now are we going to be able to weld this thing into place? Yes, we can. So now it welds to the fenders, which is actually quite strange, because one would think that you can actually just unbolt your fender and take it off. Not in this case. Okay, so this has got quite a couple of bolts we need to ensure we actually bolt down again. Alright, and that is nearly sorted. So we've got our hood that we can mount. So I did check the hood. The hood actually still looks very good. There's absolutely no damage on the hood. Bolt it down over that side. I'll come around this side and just bolt it down there. And just like that, we've got Seth's car almost put back together. This panel over here, we still need to maybe do a little bit of touches to that as well with some Bondo, but we'll see. I think once we get this thing in the paint booth, it's probably going to do, yeah, get rid of all of those funny lines that we've got on it. Alright, now we can actually try and get these jack stands out from under the car. Alright, let's grab these. Okay, let's put it back down and see how this thing sits now. Alright, so yeah, we are definitely getting there. This thing is almost looking like a complete car again. With the exception of a couple of parts that we still need to obviously get for the trim pieces. I think the trim over here on this side, on this bezel over there, I'm not sure exactly what to call it. These ones, they should actually still be fine. So let's maybe get them mounted first, and we can at least see what's going on, unless if this is banged up a little too bad. What side is this? Oh, this is for the opposite side, that's why. Okay, so that goes over there. And let's see if this one is also still good. Yeah, I think that actually doesn't look too bad. Alright, so we're going to also pop out the rear glass from our donor vehicle here. Alright, so there's the donor glass. What's the story with this? Is this... yeah, I thought this was going to be good, but we'll have to order a new one by the looks of it. So that is definitely not the best windshield or the rear glass that we've got. Let's also check out this trim over here. It's also not the best. Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. It's nice and straight. Okay, we're gonna need a new emblem for that side probably. Okay, but this trim over here, not terrible. Okay, I see the little emblem is actually not bad, so that is a good thing. Right, I think all that's left to do with this car is to maybe give it a little bit of a wash so that we can actually see what is going on with the rust situation on this car. This is probably going to be still a bit hard to move. Alright, so there we go, that is good. And then we'll just put this inside the car. Alright, let's see if we can actually get this thing fired up again. No, obviously we need to get the battery back in. Let's get the battery in. There we go. Let's just bolt it back down. Alright, just like that. And now we can actually get this thing fired up, hopefully. Alright, because I need to get this thing into the body shop. And there she goes. The handbrake is off, probably. Come on. Just stop it right there. Alright, so let's get the car. Okay, we'll just put up the handbrake because we are actually right in front of the hose here. So that is actually good. So let's give this thing a little bit of a wash. Well, just the panels that we are going to replace on this thing. My goodness, that is actually a beautiful green. Alright, well, let's see how it cleans up. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any rust on this quarter panel here. The trunk has got a bit of rust. Obviously from our donor vehicle. That can easily be sorted out. We've got a decent pressure washer. Or, well, sandblaster. That's the word I was looking for. You know what? I actually think I might just go ahead and replace the quarter panel as well on this side. It's really not that bad. But I think it's just going to be easier for us if we just replace it with a good part. I don't think there's any rust on this one either. Let's just maybe check it. I think this quarter panel might actually be better if we mounted this to the car rather. I think I'm going to probably cut this thing off and get that fitted to the car rather. Right. So that's something I'll just do off camera. Cut that panel off. Right, so let's get down here. Got a bunch of dirt stuck to the bottom of the car as well. Alright, this filler panel was actually a different color. Okay, and let's just clean it up nicely. Alright, well, I think that is as good as it's going to be for now. So at least we can get this thing back into the body shop now. It's at least drivable. And yeah, I'm going to get rid of this thing. I don't really think we've got a use for it. It would have been nice if we had this thing when our satellite was damaged. Because that actually would have been a bunch of parts we could have used on it. But I already sent that over to Scotia. Which actually I did speak to him last night. He is going to eventually finish up the El Camino for us. He was just a little bit busy with a couple of other things. You know, he's been keeping busy and didn't have a lot of time to actually continue work on our El Camino for us. So we will hopefully get that truck back soon. So that we can actually have our El Camino as well in our possession. But now I was thinking, since we've got a decent shop truck and a ramp truck and all that, I might actually do a little bit of modifications to the El Camino when it gets here. We're going to see if we can do something nice with it. And just turn it into something that we're going to be proud of over here at the shop. But yes, I think that is also going to be basically everything for this episode. We've done a lot of work today and I'm quite happy with the progress. So Cyclone's El Camino can go back to him. We've got Seth's car put back together, the bodywork. We just need to do a little bit of obviously sandblasting and painting. And then, yeah, all of the customer vehicles are basically sorted out, sort of. We still got a couple of things to do to this car, obviously. But we'll get that figured out a little bit later this week. So yeah, I guess that is where we're going to leave it, guys. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.